I'm giving away this championship belt at 100,000 subscribers. We're not going to waste any time. Welcome back to TAS. Guys, WWE and Hulu may have agreed to a short-term extension. Remember the other day we talked about Hulu coming out on X, revealing that their deal with WWE was expiring. And, well, now if you go on Hulu and you're looking for WWE content, it actually shows that it's expected to expire within the next week or two. Now, that's a very short-term extension, but why are we talking about this? We've talked a lot about WWE's TV deals. Obviously, the plan here is either to agree to a long-term deal or keep a short-term deal for whatever reason. When it comes to WWE and TV deals, when it comes to WWE and streaming and stuff like that, there's a lot of rumors that Raw and NXT could become part of a streaming package, possibly moving nights. I know that Hulu hasn't necessarily been one of those that have been discussed, but it would be very interesting to see if they can come up with some sort of deal now that WWE is shopping for a new TV deal for Raw and NXT. SmackDown's going to USA Network, but I could really see WWE going towards a streaming deal for Raw and NXT. And to be honest with you, I think there are some benefits to that, but I don't think that should be the plan. I really don't think so. I don't think it would benefit WWE in the slightest. And also, it does kind of worry me that if WWE brings Raw and NXT to a streaming deal, yes, I'll have that streaming package. I have almost all of the streaming apps, and I do think they're a waste of money, but I do have them. I think it would just be a lot less eyes on the product, and that could be hurtful. Yes, WWE would get paid, but at the same time, too, it's not a direction that I want to see WWE go, because obviously a lot of other people could be impacted by it. It was something that the more I thought about, the more I realized that a lot of people would not have access to it, and that is not cool, and I want everybody to have access to wrestling, whether it's AEW, WWE, Impact, whatever. Again, what I want is a healthy wrestling industry. If now everybody has to pay $15, $20 for a streaming service, I think it would be ridiculous. Hopefully WWE and Hulu come to an agreement, though, for a long-term extension, which it's, again, on demand, not live. That would be really important. Guys, today's video is brought to you by our good friends at Exter. Guys, I talk about it all the time. It's important to have a good wallet in your pocket at all times, one that's going to protect you and your money. I don't know if you saw that, but just with the click of a button, all my cards are accessible. This thing holds up to 12 cards, and you have the ability to carry cash as well. It's got the RFID technology to protect your money. On top of that, the high quality leather. It's vegan, it's sustainable, and the good news is you actually have the ability to track your wallet at all times. If you don't believe me, just take a look at this right here. This is the aluminum card holder. Really cool feature. You have the ability to press the button just like the Parliament wallet. Your cards are all accessible, but then you got a tracker. So sometimes if you're like me, you might walk out of the house and then you start touching on your back pocket. You realize you don't got your wallet with you, and you can move this tracker from this wallet to any other wallet. They're all compatible. Tons of different colors, tons of different options. And on top of that, I'm going to give you guys 25% off if you use my code. So make sure you guys check out the link in the description today. Get yourself an Extra wallet and let me know what you guys think. Thank you to Exter for sponsoring today's video. Guys, let's take a look at Serena Deeb. I've actually been wondering where the hell Serena Deeb has been. Now it's become a conversation between Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer. Now, of course, we always say take these things with a grain of salt, but clearly she pissed off somebody in the AEW locker room because she hasn't been used. And actually, Alvarez says he doesn't even know if she's officially on the roster. She's just not being used. They haven't heard anything. She must have gotten some sort of heat or something. Meltzer even says, I haven't even heard them hint about her name or anything. It feels like forever. And this is just disappointing news. As somebody who's a fan of Serena Deeb, especially go back and watch Serena Deeb in the women's division. The women's division was hot. The booking was hot. It was really good booking when she was being utilized. And I feel like, AEW kind of does this thing, just like WWE. All right, guys, just like WWE, they do this thing where if you're a select star, like if you're one of these few people, you're going to get most of the TV time, and that's the thing. And in particular, the AEW women's division, you tend to see that right now more so with the outsiders, right? Now, it doesn't mean that other women aren't being used, but more of the focus is on the outsiders. The Toni Storms, the Sarayas, things, Hikaru Shida, Ruby Soho, like they have these little stories there. Look, they have a great roster for the women's division. I would like to see Serena Deeb be used. Why? Because she's a veteran. She's a veteran that's been utilized, and that could be utilized as a coach, can be utilized as an on-screen talent. But she is somebody that people could actually learn from. And the thing is, with the women's booking across WWE and AEW, you have to have stories that don't surround the World Championship, right? That's important. And you're starting to see WWE do it more often, but they're not as consistent. In the past, you used to see AEW do it more often, not as consistent. Doesn't mean that they don't do it. I'm not saying that they don't do it, but I'm just saying it's not that consistent. Serena Deeb is a hell of a talent. AEW should be utilizing her. Now, if she is not on AEW, if she's not being utilized by AEW, you have WWE NXT, which would be the perfect spot for Serena Deeb. And I can't speak for Serena Deeb, but I look at a lot of people, especially in the women's division, because NXT is a very, very, very good women's division. If I was fantasy booking, I would have Serena Deeb work for WWE as a coach at the Performance Center while also working as a talent on NXT, being a veteran that works with people down there. And I think it would be very beneficial. And the fact that AEW is not doing that with Serena Deeb is very concerning because they can do the same thing instead of NXT doing it, and that's my point. Okay, my point is you don't have to get to the point where she has to leave. Some people are speculating on Twitter it's because she's friends with CM Punk. If that's the case, that would be ridiculous. I don't even really want to give that much attention to those rumors, but that's the ridiculous thing if that were true, because it shouldn't matter who you're friends with in the locker room. You should be thinking about putting the best product forward. Serena Deeb was on the product. The product was very good. Serena Deeb working with other people, they got very good as well. That seems to be a no-brainer. And our final story of today's video, guys, WWE makes a major announcement. Jade Cargill has officially signed with WWE. That's not news. We knew that Jade Cargill was going to WWE. We talked about it on the channel. However, what is very interesting is the press and the major announcement surrounding this ordeal seems to be very big because WWE had ESPN announce that Jade Cargill has signed a multi-year contract with WWE, as first reported by ESPN. If you go to WWE's Twitter or X, whatever, they posted a link to their website. They really hype her up, man. She's a world-renowned athlete. Like, they really, really hyped her up. Then, to make even things better, Grayson Waller came out with a tweet. What better way to introduce Jade Cargill to the WWE universe than appearing on the hottest talk show in the industry, the Grayson Waller Effect, which was great. And then I think what was most fascinating about this, obviously WWE, ESPN, mainstream coverage, but the one thing that surprised me most about this major announcement was different AEW talent reaching out. Ricky Starks with the strong emoji then also put out a tweet saying how he was proud of him, of Jade Cargill. It was a photo of him and Jade Cargill together backstage at AEW. Mark Sterling also showing love and support for Jade Cargill. This is getting tons of press, tons of a ton of hype, and that makes me excited. You know, I've been very, very happy about this, and honestly, WWE throwing out a press release, this is massive, man. WWE is treating like this a big signing. You could sit here and debate it all you want, but WWE sees what I see. We see that Jade Cargill is a sign. That's why we talk about the look. We talk about the performance. We talk about the presentation. AEW had something special with Jade. They lost out on it. Not a big deal for AEW. Yes, it is a big deal because I think more people are going to leave, but it's not a big deal for AEW as long as WWE continues to lose stars, because if Edge goes to AEW, then they can do the same thing, right? But at the end of the day, I'm very happy for Jade. I think she is going to learn a lot from WWE. She is going to be the better fit in WWE. This is the second major AEW star to leave AEW. If you don't consider her a major star for AEW, your tribalism is coming out, because clearly she was a major star for AEW. She literally went like 65 million wins and 0 losses until her last 2 matches. So good for her, good for Jade. Shocked that WWE went this big with it. I thought they would have definitely done a surprise. But she's going to be at the Performance Center according to WWE. And this is going to be really interesting to see. I'm excited for it. Good luck to Jade. Good luck to WWE. As always, I'll keep you guys updated when big things like this go down. I just can't believe she got this massive ESPN treatment. But it goes to show you how invested WWE already is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, I'm giving away this championship at 100,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys later.